I get it. Yo, how you doing?
Yeah. You met Chris yet?
No, only
Hey man,
through Zooms.
how you doing? You good?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Come in, mate. Welcome home.
Yeah, welcome. It's not changed much. Same sofa, same feature wall.
Everything is exactly the same. We went to
Same
B&Q
curtains.
and just bought the same paint that you bought and just relayered it. Because we thought we're not going to paint over the blue.
Yeah,
so.
it works.
Yeah.
So this was my very first HMO, and Ollie, my student, has now secured it. So it's weird, bro.
Yeah, what a throwback.
I know, that's where it all started for me. So how's it been? So you collected the keys.
Collected the keys on Thursday. It's Wednesday today, so just a week ago. Basically only had the weekend to paint stuff.
Paint what? This was dark brown. This wall was trash. You can kind of see it, right? This wall was absolutely trash. The amount of filler, 11 tubes of filler went into this property.
Really? This was like you did it mustard yellow. Did you do that?
Chueca yellow, yeah.
I hate that yellow, mate.
Everyone seems to hate it.
Disgusting yellow.
Yeah, it's the same curtains.
But yeah, this was like looking quite like mouldy. And when I first walked in, like when I first got the keys and I came in again since the viewing, I was just overwhelmed with just like, I don't know, stress. And it smelt so musky.
HMO.
Oh, but I don't know. It felt like damp. I've realised that it's quite a Brighton-y thing, apparently. Like,
Yeah,
it's just such a...
It's the properties. I picked up this bed in Brighton, 50 quid on Marketplace whilst I was doing
Still
this
going,
house.
mate.
Yeah.
Honestly, mate, most of the furniture I imagine you put in is still here.
Yeah.
And
It's
still... I've just cleaned it.
Yeah.
I've just deep cleaned it.
It's exactly the same. So it went back to the student market.
Mate, I found all the letters, and I found letters addressed to him.
See this?
Did you do that?
No. When I viewed it, this washing machine was pulled out.
Me too.
And I glued a doormat down.
Yeah.
Like proper CT1'd it down.
I was thinking of whether I need to glue that down.
But no, it's a good kitchen. Was that here?
Well, it wasn't here, but things have just been moved around randomly.
Yeah.
There was this like Bon Appetit thing up there. Did you put that up
Yeah,
there?
a chef man.
Yeah, it's out the back.
No!
My mum hated it.
Oh my god. This was one of the wall art. Your mum hated it.
My mum hated it.
That's insane.
Do you want to put it back up? Do you want to like stamp your
No, it's fine,
stamp your
bro.
authority
It's
now?
your house. This is your experience, your start. So this bathroom was bad. This really put me off. This is tile paint from B&Q. They were like the old blue duck tiles, like from the 50s, and they were all falling off. Don't press too hard on the tiles. Yeah, this somehow still on, but this was horrendous. But it looks alright.
They did, yeah. The landlord, I think, did new, like, not tiles, but yeah, flooring.
You can kind of see the tiles here, look, behind the radiator.
Yeah.
That's how this took me all day to paint this tile. That was my job for
Your
one
hard work, mate. It's still stuck around.
So, yeah, all right then, bro. Let's keep going.
Okay.
So, what have you done?
I've just painted the walls. I've honestly I've painted the walls and I've cleaned the
I
walls.
sorted this out 5 years ago. What have you done?
I haven't really done. Truthfully, I haven't really done much. All the same beds were all there. I
put that mirror up.
and just kind of had to fix stuff and move stuff around. I haven't done any
Huge hole.
hardcore stuff, mate.
Yeah.
Like nothing at all. That's a single room.
Yeah. No, it's quite.
I had a viewing on this earlier today, so I think it might be the first one to go.
Yeah. Whoever moves into this room, teach them about the boiler.
Yeah,
the
I
boiler's
was gonna
in their room.
I was gonna print some instructions and put it up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Learn how to repressurize a boiler yourself, so you can teach them.
Okay. Again, just
Hey, the old curtains. Your curtains are still up. So this was just like that, right? And I thought it looks horrible. So I'm like, okay, curtain rail, boom.
honestly, it's exactly the same, mate.
This wall, underneath this wallpaper, is so bad.
I know.
It's so bad. So we've put this wallpaper to try and hide it. It's hidden most of it. It's crazy how bad that wall is under that wallpaper.
It was looking pretty bad as well. Bit of paint solved a lot. It's really bubbly as well.
Yeah.
Like it's not stuck on at all. There's quite a lot of mould in this room. I had to go to town on it quite hard.
Yeah, but other than that, it's good to go.
So my dad was trying to fix this wall and he was stood on like a bedside table. It fell through. He fell on the bed and the bed shattered into a million pieces. So I sent him to B&Q and he spent like half an hour. This is while I was at the peak stress and my dad was fucking around making more jobs.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Shattered the bed, so I had to put that all back together. This is kind of temporarily is my office right now.
Yeah.
While I need to do work.
When I viewed this room, it was blackout curtains. You could barely see the carpet because there's so many clothes on the floor. We wallpapered the doors.
Yeah.
The doors are horrendous. Like minging colour.
Yeah.
Amount of like cuts and dents in it, scratches into the. So my mum done that. But actually, this is a really good room. You know, really good room. But when I viewed it, it was like, oh my god, this house was horrendous. I had to come back for a second viewing just to be sure. Did I want to take it on?
Yeah.
This is epic. I'm so chuffed. You got it, mate. So chuffed. It's a good house. You'll have no problems whatsoever. Apart from every single tenant will complain every week. No, I'm joking.
That's the life.
This room's cool.
It's the life we signed up for.
This room's cool. Does that angle make my butt look big?
Well,
This is
it's not the angle.
we call this the penthouse.
Yeah.
View of the cemetery.
It seems smaller than I remember.
See the cemetery on the hill over there, mate? It's one of the Brighton's
Yeah, but
hotspots.
don't forget, people would die to go there.
Good one.
Yeah.
Good one.
Good one.
Wait, was that not an intentional pun?
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah, this room's the most sought after because it's kind of left alone.
Yeah.
You got demand on the rooms?
Yeah. I've got 3 viewings today. I had 1 on Sunday. I've got 2 tomorrow. So yeah, I went through and messaged literally every single person on Spare Room. I wouldn't say, to be honest, my demand is like absolutely insane.
It's gone past that window, but you've still got demand. So
Yeah. There's people, I do think it's going to be the next source of stress of just making sure get it as full as possible. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
it's a whole new stress though, isn't it? Now,
It seems never ending.
searching for properties and making offers is stressful because you're learning.
Yeah.
Now you've got the keys, like, now what?
Yeah, the cooling doesn't seem stressful anymore at all. It's really, not scary at all anymore. And I guess that's just the way it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, and then it's
this
tenant
won't be
management
scary.
stress, and then it's kind of getting back on the phone stress again. So it never stops, but you get used to it.
Yeah.
And you become a pro at it, and then it's kind of normal. And then when you get bored, that's like my new stress. When I'm bored, I'm like, I want something to do.
Yeah. It feels weird because this wasn't even really the plan to end up with a HMO. It's just
No, it wasn't. You joined me for service accommodation.
And
You got to lean into what's working there.
yeah, here we are.
So let's go sit down. Let's find out all about your journey, bro.
Okay.
So, tell people how you got started. Walk us through what happened before Rent to Rent. What were you doing with your life?
Well, so I'm 25. Before Rent to Rent, it was school, uni. COVID happened during uni. I went off and I basically backpacked for a couple years. I just fell off the grid, didn't do anything, just enjoyed myself.
So you went from living the dream to coming back to the UK and getting
getting stuck in, like searching for some kind of grad job when I got back. This was the start of 2024, kind of when I got back. Spent that whole time, literally like 8 months, job hunting.
Yeah.
And in this time, I'm like, this could be so much more productive. Got a job in November, and then I've just been kind of working that at the same time. But kind of overlapping with that was kind of where Rent to Rent started.
So what do you do for a job now?
I'm a consultant in tech. I do like it, to be fair, and it's super remote. So I've been able to support this, and be able to do this, which has been really good. Be able to do viewings on my lunch breaks and stuff in various cities. So not that bad, but I always kind of wanted to get into property, and I had my eyes on it since it's the start of university, and it had just been procrastinating, putting it off, not giving it a go. And I remember on our first call, I don't know if you remember this, like in your onboarding call.
I remember every onboarding call.
Of course, mate. Of course.
I genuinely do.
Well, yeah, I was like...
You were flapping.
I was flapping?
Yeah, not sure, going to think about it.
Yeah, I was shitting myself, mate. But I remember, I'd had my eyes on it for 5 years, I think I told you. Since I was 18. And you were like, mate, 5 years? Think of if you got started even 4 years ago where you'd be now. And I made the decision, I remember, on the new year, turn of this year, I was like, this is the year that I'm going to actually give this a crack. There's no way I'm going to get to the end of the year here and I'm not going to have tried. And so then, I think I had the onboarding call with you. I officially joined the mentorship on St. Patrick's Day. I remember, again, I was umming and ahhing about it, had the call. I went on holiday the week after and you were nagging are you on yet? Are you on yet? And I'm still nagging. I'm like, no, I haven't. And I came back and it was St. Patrick's Day. I went out for loads of Guinnesses, was absolutely hammered. And I was like,
impulse buy.
I'm feeling lucky. Luck of the Irish. I got on the mentorship that day. I guess at 2 a.m. actually.
So that moment of taking that leap of faith, how did it feel after doing that?
Yeah, I guess before.
I know you were hammered.
Worst hangover ever.
Yeah, I was excited, to be honest. That was the fear had like strung out over that week between our call and when I officially joined, and that was the panic and the of thinking about it. It was just like, okay, this is debating it. By the time I'd come to the decision that I was joining, I had like a week. Let's go.
Yeah,
I was excited. Yeah,
good. It's good. That's how it should feel. Nerve-wracking, excited, scared.
It was a mix. Yeah, it was constantly seesawing between the two.
But what did it ultimately come down to?
What, why I joined?
Yeah.
I think that promise I made to myself at the start of the year, as cheesy as it is, like my New Year's resolution was I was going to try this. And it came down to the fact that, look, if you're going to say you're going to do it, like this is going to do it. Like at the very least, like you're going to try. And up until now, you haven't tried. So like you're going to give it a crack.
Or nothing changes.
Well, nothing changes and you go, and it's exactly the same as it was before.
Okay, so how was the first month of the mentorship? Setting up your business, getting involved, starting to work with me. How was the first month? Yeah,
it was good. My journey was a bit weird because I took a big break in between. I had like 4-month mentorship. Yeah, I did 2 months, 2 months off, and 2 months again. It was quite, those first 2 months were really interesting because it was the first time I was fumbling around with everything, setting up the business. I remember having like really being stressed at every moment, stressed about what the business was going to be called, like stupid stuff like that. Just like stressing out about every minor decision. Those are the things that without being on the mentorship that would have like slowed me down and stopped me, I remember, I think it was like a Samuel Leeds thing that I went to where he was just like, you stop like thinking about the problems before you get there. Just do the problem that's in front of you and then just carry on. And that would always be like, I couldn't start a business because I wouldn't know what it was called. And then I wouldn't know where I would go and it would just like spiral into me not doing anything. So it was really good just to have a structure of this is what you do, this is what you do, being able to speak to people about how to do it. Yeah, it was lots of new experiences in that first like month and a half.
Yeah. So my worry whenever people go on like holiday during the mentorship is they come back and they've got used to their old way of living. Even though they've been on holiday, they're kind of taking that break and they come back and it's sometimes really hard to get back on the horse. Did you experience that?
No, actually I didn't. I think while I was away, I felt quite guilty.
Yeah.
And we were still in like contact, despite like being on the break. Like, and we had agreed you aren't officially on the mentorship. Like you still let me hop into the Zooms and, you still stayed in contact with me. So I didn't feel completely out of the loop. And I just felt eager to get back, but I was on some big holidays. But I made the decision the second I got back, I'll be on it. And the first Monday after the holiday was back, I made my 10 phone calls and just made sure I would start strong again.
So start again. So leading up to this point of getting your first offer accepted, how many viewings have you gone on?
Yeah, see, everyone, I saw lots of like your posts about your mentees and stuff. I really haven't made an effort to keep track of anything.
How many do you think you've gone on?
20? Maybe just a little bit less?
20? Yep, okay.
Something like that. Again, it feels like the ones I did in the first half of the mentorship feel like very distant memories. They were very different to the viewings I did after the break. It was almost, those viewings after my break were so much better. I was so much more confident, so much better understanding what I was doing. So I think, in the high teens of viewings.
I can remember you had a Reading deal. Every offer you were making, you'd show me the due diligence and I'd shut it down and you're like, oh, Kenny.
Oh, yeah, God, I forgot.
Let's walk through that.
Yeah, that happened a couple of times, mate. I think there were 3 or 4 that I put offers into because I'm just going to put an offer into everything. And then while kind of that was going on, we're waiting to hear back every single time. You're like, it's not the one, mate.
What?
Doesn't stack.
This doesn't work.
Doesn't work. And I'm just like, every single time, 3rd, 4th in a row. The Reading one in particular, again, that felt like a jackpot. It was some landlord, some plumber had bought a house, turned it into flats and turned them both into Airbnbs. So you go in there and it's got the whole like stuff you teach, like the QR code on the table, like it's welcome home on the walls, kind of, I don't know, very Airbnb-ified. And I was like, right, brilliant. I'm on the essay. I'm just going to go on, take over a running essay. How perfect is this? And after running through it with you, I think one of the big things for you was that it was a 2-bed in Reading and you just decided that the 2 2-beds. Just there wasn't enough demand for 2-beds as essays in general. From then on, I never viewed another 2-bed after that, because I was just like, okay, Kenny always shuts down my 2-beds, so
Getting fed up of being shut down.
not going on another 2-bed tour. Yeah, and that was really heartbreaking because the landlord really wanted to keep it an Airbnb, and it was weird. I think the person that was currently a tenant was running it as an Airbnb, and maybe had activated some kind of break clause and was getting out after like 6 months of running it. And
so that's a big red flag.
Yeah, that's something that we found out
ran
together.
the due diligence, and I was very excited at the start, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And I think, then we dug deep, and it was like, actually, there's too many things hidden from us. Red flags popping up. It's best to just walk away as opposed to going for it.
Put a rubbish offer in that obviously they didn't decline, and then they declined and then moved on.
So you viewed this one?
I viewed this one. Brighton was a weird... I also had like a couple mid mentorship breakdowns, you might call them, about finding patches and where to be going, because I live in London.
I can remember that we had that Zoom, didn't we? Like an order.
Yeah, and I was just freaking out about like what areas stack, and for some reason it has to be basically a 2-hour train or something meant from London that I've got to get to, because I don't have a car either. Yeah, Brighton was, I thought, everyone's doing Brighton. There's lots of other people in the mentorship doing Brighton. I just thought there's no way I'm going to be, I know there are people in this mentorship doing calls in Brighton. How am I ever going to squeeze into there? And after our call, you kind of gave me a bit more of a list of some places I could do, and I just tried Brighton. Spent a week calling, or 2 weeks, went really well. Landed like 5 viewings, I think. And this was
9.
one of them.
We got 10 viewings today whilst we're here.
That's ridiculous.
Stop half-assing it, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
I haven't made a call in ages, so I guess I am half-arsing it. Yeah, so I came down to Brighton, did 3 HMOs and an essay, put offers into all of them. And this probably was like it didn't look as nice. It just looked run down. But yeah, it was, to think it was a place I wasn't doing. I literally wasn't looking at Brighton in any sense.
I can remember the Zoom. You said 2 hours, and we're like, okay, so that captures that city, that city, that city, that city, that city. Just smash those cities.
Yeah.
It's almost like, for me, mentees get to a certain point of absolute frustration, and then the deal is on the other side of that.
Yeah.
And I'd say it happened night and day for you. It's like frustrated, bang.
Yeah, it was kind of unbelievable. I remember, again, having a one-to-one call with you after this insane week. It was 1 week, and I went on like nine viewings in that week. I know you got one in a day, but that was a lot for me. 10, sorry.
No, who's counting?
Yeah, who's counting? But I said to you, I've got to get, if I don't get a deal out of one of this week, I'm going to be fuming. And you were like, you can't think like that, mate. You just got to carry on. But it did. So I think that was a big relief. Yeah, I tried really hard for the 2 months after my holiday, and finally got it over the line.
Has it been stressful?
Yeah, massively. Yeah, so stressful. Like when I first walked in and I realised kind of like all the work I had to do, and then worrying about trying to get people in. It's been a complete roller coaster.
Yeah, it's been a 3-week roller coaster between me and you and the agent as well.
Yeah.
Getting it over the line. They accepted his offer but didn't pass it on to the landlord.
Yeah.
But then the landlord didn't accept that offer, and it was just an absolute mess. We got there.
Yeah, we got there. So at least that's in the past now.
Yeah. So how has the mentorship been working with it, even though it's not over? How's it been working?
Might nearly be over. I think you have to check your Excel sheet, mate. Might be a couple of weeks left. The mentorship's been great. I don't think I would have ever got started without it, honestly. I was really doubtful about getting onto a mentorship in general because, it's a big investment in yourself. And I am quite a driven person, but still that never came into me actually taking any action in the end. And I've kind of realised you're not going to do anything unless you need someone to lean on. And especially my circle, my family and friends, this is not anything, this is all alien to them. And so to be honest, they've been quite a source of stress at times and doubt. So to have another community of people that balance it all out, give you a bit of peace of mind, and just kind of keep your head down, that's been really good. I think that's honestly been the best bit. It's been about just stopping, reducing the stress really, and just having people that are kind of in the same boat, and obviously yourself who's been and done it to kind of guide you along the way to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I was kind of always asking you how do I compare to some other people in the mentorship? Am I doing well? Am I kind of falling behind in what your expectations are? So all those kind of things just kind of help me get on track, bit of structure,
Yeah. It's when you come in, someone joins the mentorship after you and gets a deal before you. That can always do two things: demoralise you or light a fire in your ass.
Yeah.
That's quite good when that happens, but it depends how you take it. But you've done epic. I think it's been great working with you as well because you're quite a character. Talk us actually. So your dad.
Yeah.
Walk us through the taking on of this property and your dad's involvement, like before he knew he was involved.
Yeah, pretty last minute my dad had to sign on as guarantor.
After the offer was accepted.
Yeah, fundamentally my dad is supportive. He's just really skeptical. Yeah, and he was pretty apprehensive about it all. You know, every time we would talk about it, getting him to sign the guarantor forms, I faced a lot of resistance.
Yeah. And he's a teacher in business, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a business teacher, yeah. So he got me to fill out, it made me do like a business plan-y type thing and to do a profit and loss statement, all these kind of things. Which I tore apart. Yeah, which we went through together before I went on with my dad to tear it apart. I just think those kind of situations would have prevented me before, I think. And it's not like they were holding me back, but they're just worried and concerned. So having your support and the other mentees kind of helped me kind of follow through with all of that.
That's good. So going back to the very beginning, that week period where we had that Zoom and you went away to think about it, knowing what you know now, and if you can go back to day one after our Zoom, what would you say to the old Ollie?
Take
2 weeks to
take another holiday, mate?
Would you go through everything you've just gone through to get to this house again?
Yeah, of course, without a doubt. I kind of just hope it all happens again now. I want to just do it all over again. That's
still self-belief and imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
But you've done it through an estate agent.
Yeah.
You know, with heavy referencing.
Yeah.
You've done it as a brand new business. This was my old HMO. Why didn't they just call me? Kenny, your old property's up to let again.
Yeah.
Under company let. Do you want it back? But instead of contacting someone who's very experienced, they accepted an offer from someone with no experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can absolutely get another one. Your business is running now. You're gonna have proof of guaranteed rent. You're gonna have a estate agent reference to pass on to another estate agent or landlord. You're gonna have tenants to manage.
Yeah.
Eh?
It's exciting, the thought that hopefully the ball can really start rolling, and I don't want to take my foot off the gas really. I'm kind of eager to get back to calling again. I haven't had the time because I've been trying to get this set up and all my cold messaging has been going to potential tenants, but I am really looking forward to getting this one done and
getting back on the phones, which is easy, right?
Yeah, like so much easier. I honestly felt so much more success after that holiday, and it must have just been my confidence and my understanding in what I was doing. I recorded my first time making that phone call, and it's so different. I don't think I would have ever picked up the phone if you didn't force me to be honest.
But no, you forced you to from joining a mentorship.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they say when you pay attention. When I first started coaching, I was £500. My quitting rate was through the roof. Like 9 out of 10 people quit. This isn't easy, is it? It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
No.
So when you invest a good amount of money, you're going to treat yourself seriously. Like, I can't be seen to waste that money.
That was totally my mindset, yeah. You can't go back now.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
And it creates entrepreneurs. Your business is now up and running. And this one deal alone covers the investment of mentorship and more. Yeah. Just from one deal.
Yeah, I haven't thought that far ahead, I suppose.
So how much is this property profiting you, or will profit you once tenanted?
I think like £610 to £20, something like that a month after all expenses. So yeah, I know you teach like 600 is basically the threshold of it's worth it, it's a good deal.
Well, beggars can't be choosers, you want to get on the map.
Yeah, exactly. And I honestly think with the timing of it as well, it's been slightly inconvenient for demand. So I think even if you see it through till the summer, like the following year, I feel like I could be more profitable like the next year. Once you have tenants in and you have an idea of when they're leaving, you can pre-book, maybe increase the rent profit. So this is literally the bet. And I just, when I was kind of making my mind about whether I was going to go all in on this, I was genuinely like, not going to lie, maybe I would probably take like profiting 20 quid a month on one property just to legitimize myself. And
yeah, I wanted to let you sign that contract.
I know that, but it's more the thing of like the fear of like committing and like, are you really going to do this? Is this really going to work? It was like, okay, well, at the very least, like even if it doesn't go perfectly, I was still willing to do it as a learning exercise, I think.
I think I've done well over 60 of these property tour mentee sit downs.
Yeah.
Right? What would you like to say to my audience that are watching and possibly sitting on the fence of, they don't have to join me, but they're looking into rent to rent? What do they need to hear, raw? What would you have loved to watch a YouTube video and love someone to hear, raw as can be?
That's a good question. Because I used to watch a lot of them. Like my skeptical parents used to say that they were actors, like Samuel Lee's like Winning at Wednesday. She's like, they're actors. They're making it up. It's like, you think he's paying all these people to say stuff? I'd always have these arguments. Now I guess I'm one of those actors. So I'll get my I'm looking forward to the paycheck after this. Thanks, man. I don't, what would I want to hear? I think just don't procrastinate and don't just give it a go. If you've decided that it's something you'll really want to do, and you don't have to. If you think you can do it, you don't have to do a mentorship. You can definitely get started on your own. But I think just the thing that it really helped me do was to stop making excuses and to just decide you're going to go and you're going to really give it a punt. There's big rewards on the other side if you just back yourself, basically.
So what I've done, because it's to remove that huge leap of faith joining a mentorship, is I've created a 6-week challenge now, so people can get started for less than £500 to join me and start getting mentoring. So would you have joined that?
Yeah, 100%.
Click in the description, go to my website, check it out.
Yeah, the way I know about this, remember one of your fellow mentees, I think that was one of the big reasons that I took a punt. I went to Samuel Leeds' £1 crash course and met Davin.
Yeah, so Davin, go check out Davin's property tour here, or it might be there.
And I remember he joined your mentorship, and I didn't know about you before him, basically. And so I had someone on the inside telling me how it was going. And I remember him telling me, mate, you've just got to do it. He's fantastic, just go for it. And I don't know if I genuinely wouldn't have, I was so skeptical of getting ripped off that I don't know if I actually would have made the punt if I didn't know that.
Didn't meet Davin.
Yeah, if I didn't know a real person that kind of, backed it, basically.
No, I'm glad you joined, bro. You've worked so hard. I love working with people like you that just get on with it, but still struggle. Understand the role of a mentor and the importance of leaning on a mentor when you need to, as opposed to struggling in the background and just going quiet. You've voiced your opinion, voiced your struggles, and that's where it really excels, right? So I love working with people like you, and I'm honestly so proud of you. I'm so happy you got this house. This is a very special house to me. So when I got started, this is the very first property, and I collected the keys on the due date of my firstborn. It was all on the same day. And this is 3 hours away from me. So I was exceptionally stressed. This house was an absolute dump.
Yeah.
7 of us, 4 straight days, me and my family undertaking this property. I was so stressed. It had become like a people manager for the time. I didn't do much. I was just giving people jobs so they kept them busy, right? And it was just massive stress. Huge stress. A newborn at home. He arrived 2 weeks early. Absolute blessing in disguise to allow me to come down and do this. This house is epic to me. It's what launched my business, and for you to get it is amazing. I love it. So your dad eventually come round to the idea?
Yeah, well, he helped do it up. Yeah, he kind of, I think, I left him no choice.
Sign the agreement.
Yeah, I left him no choice to
sorry, Dad.
Get behind it. Sorry, Simon. So yeah, he came round, and I do think, despite everything, I think he likes to see how motivated self-motivated I am to kind of pursue something. He just doesn't know anything about it. He's, I think I told you what to do. My dad he knows it all by theory. He's taught it and studied it and got an MBA, and he could chat your ear off about it. But
no, he's probably really proud of you taking a huge leap of faith, taking on a property. What's the value of this house? 600,000-700,000.
Yeah, it's quite a big house. It did feel quite big when I was kind of giving tours around.
So you're controlling it. That's the future where it's all heading, isn't it? You got Airbnb, they don't own any properties, they control it. Uber, they don't own their taxis. Netflix, they don't own the film. You don't need to own anything. I'm thinking about starting a business in car competitions, like online raffles. You don't have to own the car.
Yeah. You
can have an agreed price with the seller of a luxurious vehicle, and then
just a broker.
Yeah, just facilitate the sale, raffle the tickets.
Yeah. That was kind of some of the stuff I was trying to talk to about my dad getting this on side. There's loads of indicators that this is a really good business model for it. The renters' rights bill, I really feel like that is going to play into our hands brilliantly, because a landlord can no longer have a guaranteed tenant for a year or 2 years now, but under a company agreement, you can still ensure that. Even Airbnb have started their own hosts. You can be a host through their website. So it's just so Airbnb are doing it themselves. You could just do it on your own and them not have a cut. It just makes sense.
Rent to rent is going to boom from, we got 10 viewings today. You had 9 viewings to get this, right? So last year, they made it harder for international students to get visas. So it's harder for them to come to the country. And just on universities, it's dictated on their level of success. So people won't go to that uni if they drop down.
Yeah.
These international students have paid a lot of money, or that they've got a lot of money to choose the unis they want to go to. So if cities, are failing, then the universities rank down, they won't visit this place. And this city in particular, the universities have dropped down in standards. So they're not choosing to go here. They're choosing, and the visa's making it so hard. They've gone to Sweden. Hence why we've got 10 viewings today. You had 9 viewings, and that is as of last year, and it's not changing. And they're building these high-rise buildings all across cities, and they can't even fill those. So Rent HMO is going to boom. You just got to get savvy on how you fill the rooms. But working professionals always need somewhere to live, and it's a massive butterfly effect. Look at the cost of housing. No one can afford to buy a house. The deposit to buy a normal house, you need like 40k. What, 10, 20 years of savings if you're lucky? Yeah. It's mental. So more people are going to be renting rooms, which is good for us. Students, they're finding it harder to get in the UK. That's good for us.
There's so many corporate landlords becoming now, you know, all the biggest, BlackRock, John Lewis, they're pumping billions into building like whole apartment blocks, which will never ever be sold. You know, they will always be rented out, so it's not going anywhere, I don't think.
Yeah, so hence why you control this property. Yeah. All you have to do is manage tenants, no real responsibility, as long as you pay rent and you can make money. Yeah. It's stepping away from the norm. Wait, so you're not buying a house, you're going to control it. Yeah,
it's been really weird to explain to people what I'm doing.
It's bending the norm, isn't it? You know, we've all been kind of brainwashed that you have to own things. So what you said a minute ago about Jimmy Carr, and it's all about getting things. That's the chase, right? That's what. Yeah. It's not owning it, it's getting it. Or achieving goals, ticking boxes. So getting this property is a massive box ticked. Yeah. Now what? You got to create another box. Yeah. Become financially free. Tick that box, and then you'll create another box. And after the financial freedom box, you got to work hard on your next goal, because then you've got time to chase it. So any lasting piece of advice you can give to anybody that wants to get started?
No, I don't think it's anything I haven't said already. I just really think if it's something you set your eyes on, I just think you've just got to it's completely possible. I think there's so many times where I didn't think it was achievable, you know? Everyone and anyone can do it. You just got to really dedicate yourself, put in the hours and push yourself, and it's certainly possible, and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's epic. It was the same for me. When I started, it was just, I'm just going to give it 100%. And if I don't make it, then at least I can say I've given it 100%. I made it. Exactly the same for most of my students. Exactly the same for Ollie. It's like, let's just go for it. If I don't try, nothing changes. And here we are in his very first rent-to-rent property. So well done, bro. Honestly, I'm beaming for you.
Thank you, bro.
It's epic. You very much deserve it. So well done.
Thank you very much.